What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kieran. Today I'm going to be doing a special reading for the new year, okay? So this is just going to be an in-depth kind of look at what's going to be going on with your twin flame relationship in the year of 2020, okay? We're basically like a week or so away. We're like 3 days away. Sorry. I guess I lost 5 days. So we're like a couple days away from 2020. And so I wanted to do a reading that looks at your relationship, okay? So the way that this is going to go is I'm going to be looking at the energies of both parties, okay? So what the energies of you guys are going to be looking like during 2020, right? So for the masculines and the feminines. Then I'm going to be taking a look at the current state of your relationship, where it is right now, or where, you know, within this week sort of energy, right, where you guys are at currently. Then what actions are going to be taken within the relationship, just basically what's going to be changing, and then I'm going to be looking at the outcome, okay? So basically 5 different kinds of questions, okay? So all that being said, let me get right into it. All right, and then remember, this is general. All the other information you guys might need for personal readings, that's going to be in my description box. Okay, cool. So let's just get started. Probably going to use more than one deck, but I'll decide what deck I use as I go forward. All right, so let's start with the masculine. So let's just take a look at what the energies of the masculines are going to be like in 2020. We'll see what's going to be changing. So, dear guides, please give me a accurate analysis of what's going to be happening with the masculine's energy during 2020 for this union. Alright, let's just get started. So the first card that we have is the Ace of Swords, okay? Now the Ace of Swords speaks to epiphanies, and it talks about sudden mental clarity, right? It's basically about truth. Any ace is a beginning. So to have an Ace of Swords for 2020 for the masculines is telling me that there's going to be some realization that a lot of your masculines have during this new year. Ace of Swords definitely is speaking to me about the fact that, because it's piercing the clouds, right? So it's piercing a type of veil. So any illusions and things that have been breaking, or I should say, have been holding them back, are going to be breaking them, they're going to be breaking them. They're going to be breaking free. Okay. I don't know how long or why it took me so long just to say the word breaking, but apparently I almost had a mental breakdown myself. So, but moving forward, it's just about piercing the lies and the illusions of the 3D reality. So a lot of them are essentially waking up. You have this epiphany moment. It sort of speaks to me like an awakening almost, especially with this beginning. So I'm feeling like a lot of their energy is going to be in this place where they are starting anew. Okay, we then have them in an energy of the Five of Wands. So this is kind of interesting to me, definitely telling me that that the conflict that arises within their life because of this epiphany is going to be quite profound in a way. And of course, with any realization, with any truth, there does come conflict, there does come debates, there does come arguments. And this could be with family members, karmic partners, people in their own life, could of course just be you. But the idea here is masculines are getting into this energy in this new year where they're going to be like suddenly awakened, and they can't ignore the truth anymore. And that's why you have the Ace of Swords, and that's going to cause conflict. That's going to cause arguments. There's going to be debates in their life. They're going to be in this energy where they're trying to, where they're suddenly aware of everything that's going on, and now they're getting challenged everywhere because of it, right? And that's, you may understand that from your own awakening. It definitely happened to me in my process, telling people about my awakening, parents, family. They all just looked at me like I was fucking crazy, and, you know, I guess I am, but, you know, arguments and debates followed because trying to convince others of your truth is hard sometimes when they're not willing to listen, right? So I get that energy as well for those guys, okay? Again, catching up to you guys on your awakening process. We then have the Magician. This is definitely speaking to me more about the awakening, because an Ace of Swords is a 1, okay? It's an ace, and the Magician is the first card in the tarot deck, right? Technically, the first card would be the Fool, but that's number 0, and I don't care about technicalities. So this is the first card, right? Number 1. So Magician, definitely an awakening card. It's about looking at the energies of the universe and really being able to create and manifest what you want, right? So they are going to be in energy after having this truth, right, where they're going to start being in this awakening energy, looking at life differently, seeing it as more energy than physical, because the Magician uses elements of the physical, of course, with the pentacle, but it also uses its emotions with the cup, its rational thinking with the sword, and its ability to manifest its passion, and you could even say its energy from the wand. Okay, combining all of them for this type of spiritual lifestyle. Okay, so they are going to be getting into this energy where, again, I'm feeling a very, very heavy awakening for these guys, for this group of masculines that I'm reading for. This year is going to be really powerful, and I also feel it's going to be very powerful in January for a lot of them, because we already have 2 aces here, 2 ones, one of next year. A lot of divine masculines, like almost immediately next year, are going to be waking up, and the reason for that is because a lot of feminines are themselves moving on. Okay, and that of course causes them to wake up, right? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that was all, that the message was there. I didn't actually die. I'm still here. Anyway, after that we have the Temperance card, so more awakening energy, right? And again, I wouldn't be surprised if I see feminine energy and stuff, like if the feminine energy matches kind of like moving on kind of stuff. But Temperance card, you can see the balancing of the emotions. This crow clearly trying to balance out the 2 cups that it's got going on, and trying to figure out a way to balance the physical body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, right? So they're definitely bringing in balance into their lives. Again, very, very heavy awakening energy, because this card in traditional tarot is like an angel. And I think she's doing the same stuff with the cups. I can't really remember, to be honest, but the idea here is about being in a connection with yourself, okay? This bird is clearly at peace where it's at, okay? So they are finding some inner peace. They are getting into this kind of clearer energy, definitely starting their awakening. I'm getting very heavy awakening energy for these guys, beginning almost a new spiritual process, which is good, because I think a lot of you guys are like, yo, are these people going to wake up? Like, what's going on, right? And yeah, they are. They are. At least for what I'm reading. So let's keep going. Okay, and then we got 2 more cards that came out. So the first card that came out is the King of Cups, so that's really good. So that's interesting that it's after the Temperance card, which is has cups in it, right? King of Cups is an emotionally secure man. It doesn't have to be a man, of course. Could be a female. But the energy is that of kind of a masculine energy, of being in touch with your emotions, listening to your heart, following your heart, having an ability to be mature as well, though, not just like foolhardily approaching everything. It's about mature emotions. It's about knowing what to do and how to offer them, while also being in control of your own life and your own emotions, okay? And I suppose the maturity of it is supposed to be this crow wearing a tie. I'm not sure why the author, illustrator, decided to make the crow wear a tie. I'd like to talk to him about that, because, like, what the fuck's going on there? Crows don't wear ties. If I ever saw a crow with a tie, I don't even know what I would do. I would just assume that they were transformed from, like, a person, and now that person's a crow, and he's still got his tie on, and, like, he's got to go to work. Anyway, I'm thinking too much about crows. King of Cups, emotionally secure. Okay, so you can expect them to get into an emotional state of being where they're able to offer something, right? So they are becoming more mature. They are becoming more awakened. They are going to be able to offer. And what's interesting is after the King of Cups, because that is about offering emotions, being mature, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is about gifts, unexpected gifts, not really ones that you've earned, but more ones that are kind of like miracles or unexpected, like winning the lottery, not getting hit by a car. These are gifts, okay? So something coming your way. Because it's after the King of Cups, I do feel that it's going to be in an energy of gift giving, or just them coming in and really, like, on this awakening process, coming back and kind of giving you guys a gift of some sort. Now, it doesn't have to be a physical gift. Don't think about, a gift as in like a Nintendo Switch or a fleshlight or whatever, but more so like it could be a metaphorical gift. Even communication itself might be a gift for some of you. Offer of emotions, right? So don't be limited to what the gift might mean, because as an energy it could mean a lot of things, but it is about coming back in kind of full circle. So for 2020, I'm really looking at seeing a lot of epiphanies happening for divine masculines, A lot of awakening energies, right? They're definitely ascending during this year, so they're getting closer to where they need to be. Definitely waking up. The fact that they're starting with an Ace of Swords and they have the Magician is telling me that January is actually probably going to be a very powerful month. I think that this is like for the first... even though I asked for the whole year, this is like what I feel the energy is going to be like for the first 3 or 4 months, to be honest. Just because I'm basing it off of a lot of the seasons that I'm seeing. There's a lot of winter and spring energy going on here. So that's pretty powerful as well. And then there's going to be some conflict, I think, within their own life as they have to get rid of things, speak their own truth, etc. Okay, and eventually leading in for some sort of a gift or offer, something like that. Okay, so let's take a look at the feminine energy. We'll see what you guys are matching, if there's any mirroring going on. We'll see what that's like. And if you guys haven't seen, I did a video like 2 days ago about mirroring. I think it will actually help you guys understand the relationship in yourselves a little bit more, and hopefully you guys like it. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. You don't have to watch it. You could watch, you know, highlights of SpongeBob. That'd probably be just as useful. All right, so let's get into the feminine energy, and we'll see what is going on. So what is going on with the feminine energy for 2020? What is it going to be like for them? So the first card that it came out, and this is interesting, we have the Moon underneath the Ace of Swords for the masculines, right? So this is telling me about illusions and secrets. The crow clearly would not be this big, but it's illuminated in the moonlight, making it seem like it's bigger than it is. It's an illusion. It might be a much more scarier. So definitely already we're in an energy of being a little bit going into the new year with some confusion about this relationship. Definitely still some secrets and some things that are not being told. So you guys might be going into the new year kind of just like, oh my god, I'm kind of over it energy, not really knowing what to do. Yeah, we have the Devil card after that, so still some codependency issues. So I feel like, you know, as the masculines awaken, it's almost like a lot of you feminines have kind of like given up on the relationship, and a lot of you guys have confusion about it. A lot of you might be even thinking that it's kind of karmic, that it's kind of bullshit, or that they're never even going to get out of their karmic relationship. And a lot of you are just like kind of like either feeling like stuck in the relationship, trying to move on, feeling like still that codependent attachment, and even like might even be seeing them as a devil, and in a sense like wondering if they're ever going to be able to grow. Right? We have the Seven of Swords. This is kind of what I was saying about earlier, kind of leaving. So a lot of you feminines right now, as far as this energy is concerned within this relationship, definitely about like taking off, leaving, or again, because I mentioned about moving on earlier, right? So a lot of you guys are like, oh, kind of over this relationship, definitely feeling like the ties, and you just want to be free of a lot of the stuff, because a lot of you guys don't know what's happening within this relationship, and you've kind of, a lot of you have given up at this point, moved on, tried to make yourself a better life, because there's still some secrets and some illusions you can't control. You can't make it, like, you can't make them tell you the truth. You can't can't force things. So a lot of you guys are moving on. Also feel like, you know, not wanting to waste your time or energy anymore, so you don't want to like have anybody steal that away from you. What else do we have for the feminines for 2020 as far as this relationship is concerned? See, it's much different energy than the masculines, right? But we have the Knight of Wands, so that's coming out in their underneath their balancing energy with the Temperance card. So the Knight of Wands, all about events picking up. So you guys feeling more energized. Definitely going in with, so 2020 is going to be a very, very busy year for a lot of you feminines. A lot of you guys are going to have your creative projects realized. You're going to be being quite successful. Knight of Wands is like unexpected stuff coming in. So a lot of you guys, projects, whatever kind of vision you have for yourself, those events and those ideas are going to pick up in 2020 like incredibly. Especially as a lot of you guys do move on, right? Because after that, we have the Page of Wands, okay? And this is about good news and communication. So the fact it's coming out underneath the King of Cups is definitely telling me that there's, it could even be about this kind of offer, about your Divine Masculine, but more Wand energy is, again, getting good news, getting offers, getting your dreams realized, going to places that you need to go. This is like travel kind of energy, so it's about getting what you want. So I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines, though, these first three cards kind of talking about the relationship and stuff like that, it seems like as the relationship might be confusing, events are still going to be picking up. Your life is still going to be going forward and moving in a really positive direction. And then finally, yeah, and then we have the Justice card. Okay, so you guys are bringing in balance, and what I think is interesting about that is that with the Six of Pentacles and the Justice card, they both have a balancing scale. Okay, now granted, the one the Crow has looks like it was a Fisher-Price balancing scale, but doesn't matter. Still the same thing. Both this energy of bringing in justice, bringing in balance, equilibrium to the relationship, right? So you guys, I'm definitely getting this feel for the feminines with these first kind of 3 cards. Really a lot about not knowing, going into this new year, not really knowing where you and your divine masculine stand, kind of moving on for a lot of you guys, trying to give up any codependencies, feeling like maybe they're always going to be stuck in their relationship, still not seeing some truth, maybe, your perception is still a little bit off, and you guys, like a lot of you guys, moving away, not wanting to waste your time. And as you guys do that, it's like a lot of events in your life are going to be picking up this year. You guys feeling more energized, more passionate, really more happy, especially with this Page of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you guys are getting what you want. That things are going to like really start to like manifest in your life, and you are going to start to have everything that you guys need. And then eventually, it's like you get into this Justice card, so which is about balance again. So you guys getting what you deserve. So I feel like not only are you guys going to be successful within your own life, but I feel like most specifically, since this is a twin flame reading after all, with the feminines, you guys are going to get justice and good news really about this relationship. So it's like, again, as they awaken and as they ascend and begin their true awakening phase, you're going to be getting out of this energy, because again, we start with the moon, then it goes the devil, then the Seven of Swords. So it's like you guys, getting out of that energy, whatever, codependency you guys have left, that's really getting away, moving away from that energy into that Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, which is being mirrored by the fact that they're also growing as well. And then it seems that both of you guys end on the same level, gift energy for them being in an energy where they want to give to their divine feminines, and you guys being an energy where you can receive. Okay, and I think that's really what's going on. Okay, them getting into an energy where they are willing to offer, you guys getting an energy where you're willing to receive. Okay, and both involve an element of self-love, just on the different spectrum of it. And of course, those are complete mirrors of each other, and that's really great. Because what I'm seeing overall is that the mirroring that is going on, and that is why I mentioned the video to watch it, not just for self-promotion, because I really do want you guys to understand what mirroring is. But what the mirroring is going on, it seems like it's going from negative mirroring to, all the shit that you don't like, and then eventually it's like it's getting to good mirroring, where now it's like the mirror is, because you guys have worked on yourselves, the mirroring is now just love, and now you're reflecting love back at each other rather than anything else. Okay, which is super great and really positive. Okay, so I'm gonna move these cards out of my way, and hopefully you guys are done looking at them, and if you're not, then my bad. And then I'm going to be looking at the current state of your relationship, and for that, I'm not going to use these cards. I am going to use some purple cards. Ooh, fancy. Purple. Alright. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get some cards. These are a little bit different than tarot cards. They're kind of based on traditional tarot. These cards are kind of like if tarot and oracle cards like fucked a lot and had like a baby, and this would be, I guess, the baby, kind of in between. All right, so we're going to look at the state of the current relationship. So where is it that these divine feminines and masculines are at right now during this current energy? Okay, we will get a couple cards to see what's going on. Like 3 or 4. Wow, so this is interesting, guys. We have the Ace of Swords again. Now it says triumphant success, but this is essentially the Ace of Swords. You probably could have guessed because there's a fucking sword, okay? Literally coming out of the ground, which would indicate, right, the idea of shedding away the bullshit, the negativity, things that don't exist, right? This, you can see the light shining, okay? Sorry, my card's almost spilled. Shining away the negativity, that purple, that darkness, right? For the sun to come out. So again, energy of your current relationship. You guys, and both of you guys, are on the verge of an epiphany about this relationship, okay? And I've always said this for a long time, but the divine feminines really need to get into the head that they don't need their divine masculines to live a happy life, okay? You guys don't need somebody else to be happy. That's just like a basic truth that society often doesn't teach us. And the divine masculines are, beginning to realize that, well, what they've always really wanted is their divine feminine, and they've kind of just been running away from it, right? It's that idea and that energy of both of you guys stop running and chasing, really bringing equilibrium back into the relationship. And when both parties stop doing that, when the chaser stops chasing and the runner stops running, then it's able to allow both parties to kind of come to terms with what's happened and allow their natural emotions and spirit to guide them. And that's why you have that triumphant success here with this Ace of Swords. So the state of your relationship right now is entering definitely a new beginning. Okay, and again, the fact that we're entering a new year is very powerful to me, and because I think a lot of you guys, in your twin flame relationships, the relationship has essentially ended. You guys have closed out a cycle. Unfortunately, a lot of you, because it's so easy to think that because a door has closed that another one can't open in the future. That's not, obviously it can. But a lot of you guys have thought of, the relationship ending as a permanent sort of ending, but that's not really what's happening at all. It's an end to a chapter so that the new energies can come back in. Because, it's like chasers who stop chasing doesn't mean that, like, the relationship never comes to fruition. It just means that you stop chasing. And when you stop chasing, you're essentially stopping giving energy to a relationship that isn't serving you because, of course, they're running, so how does that serve you? So you stop chasing. Okay, I think you guys get what I'm saying. Triumphant success. This is a new beginning. A lot of you divine feminines have stopped chasing, or you're in the process of stop chasing, and because of that, you have this beginning. Okay. Now, again, it doesn't really apply to all of you guys. Of course, I get a feel that this reading is for more of the twin flames who have been on this journey for at least more than a year. But whatever. We also have. Where am I? I'm not. No, I need to pull the card actually, rather than have it flip out by accident. So let's see what else we got going on. What else is the state of this current relationship? Twin flames. Okay, so we have the Wisdom card. I think in traditional tarot, this is the Hierophant. I honestly don't even know. I don't even know. What's 5? I feel like I should know, but I don't. And also, I don't really care. So this is the Wisdom card. It's pretty good that the sun's coming out here. That's pretty important, actually, because it's definitely telling me that there is some hope and future for this relationship. The Wisdom, though, I think out of this element, talking about this bald little friar going on here, is that this relationship is taking on a more spiritual side, meaning that because you guys are in separation, what's happening right now is a lot of you guys are going within, trying to find some inner peace, some inner clarity, some inner wisdom, kind of that hermit. Maybe this is the Hermit card, I'm not even sure. But it's definitely about wanting to understand things more. And the fact that we have that after the triumphant success is definitely telling me that there is this element of growth on both sides, right? Again, for both of your energies. I'm taking like a little trip. I don't think I'm coming back to where I live. And I'll let you guys know closer when I get to that, because I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Just means that I won't be able to take any won't be able to take any payments or anything like that, or at least I won't be able to do them for 2 weeks. But I'm going into nature, essentially, and kind of cliche finding myself, but it's something that I've really, really wanted for a long time, and it's finally happening, and I get to just like take this break and really reset and refresh and figure out what it is that I truly want and where I want to go. And that's, for me, what this Wisdom card is speaking about for a lot of you guys. It doesn't have to be the same thing that's going on with me, but this idea of gaining wisdom and having an understanding of your own place in the world, right? So there is that element of spiritual growth on your side as well during the state of your relationship. So a lot of you guys right now are like both focused on your own inner progress. There is this new beginning coming in the relationship, though, and especially with that Sun card, it's like don't give up hope, because there is still the sunlight is still shining, right? And then we have the Awareness card, so another 1. This is crazy how it's mirroring. Like, I can't make this shit up, guys. In the energy for the masculines, remember, we had 2 1s, and now we have 1s again. And this is the Magician. Like, I'm not lying. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, it's really insane. The fact that you have the Ace, this is the Ace of Swords, and this would be the Magician, and up there in their masculine energy, we had Ace of Swords and Magician. That's pretty wild to me. So, state of the relationship again. becoming aware of truths, third eye chakra opening up. A lot of your masculines going through this awakening process right now. Okay? See, a lot of feminines are gaining wisdom about their own awakening process and their own place in this earth, and the masculines are becoming aware for the first time and really beginning this awakening process in 2020. Okay, or at least right now, this is what's really on the precipice for you guys. Really, what's happening. Okay, and then one more card. Yeah, and then we have choose wisely, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, this is kind of like the Seven of Cups. This is about knowing which direction to go into, knowing what you want to do, where you want to be, and this is what I was just talking about, right? Why I'm going into nature and deciding what it is that I want to do. And of course, with your feminine energy, a lot of you guys are moving on, right? Trying to figure out what it is that you want, what you want to do. Okay. So that's the state of your relationship right now. Okay, that's between, you know, masculines and feminines in just a general reading type of way, right? You know, you guys both gaining with awareness, wisdom, right? New beginnings happening, triumphant success. So there is epiphanies at hand, growth opportunities, you know, evolving for both of you guys. And then right now, it's like you guys are really, both people are figuring out what it is they want to do, what they want, where they want to go, and what would best serve them at this time, right? And sometimes, you know, in the relationship, of course, because the whole point is to bring you back into yourself, that means, you know, taking you away from your twin sometimes, because there's experiences and lessons and opportunities that you would need for your own life, and those are just as important as anything else. Okay, so the state of your relationship right now is actually very open. Okay, so it's open for anything to happen, which is great, because now we're going to get into what actions are going to be taken during this during 2020. Okay, so for this, I'm going to go back to these crows. I'm going to put this on the side for a minute. I'll be using those again at the last question, but for these cards, I'm just going to find out what actions are going to be taken within this relationship from both parties. So we'll take a look at that. So what's going on action-wise for twins? Okay, so we have the World, so that's great. So that's just about ending cycles, coming in for new beginnings. Again, I was talking about that with the triumphant success. The World card definitely telling me that you guys are going to be getting this relationship is going to be having the cycles necessary to be completed. There are going to be the return, right? The World, so things are going to be coming back into your life. Definitely this element of reunion, I feel, with the World card. We have the Queen of Wands, so definitely, if this is talking about you feminines, which I feel it might be, this is definitely about being creative, entrepreneurial energy, which is really great. That's definitely the energy that I'm in. I think a lot of you guys are in as well. Being your own boss, being independent, getting out in nature, being in touch with your intuition, your emotions and stuff. That's all the Queen of Wands, which is great. But as far as action-wise, it's definitely telling me that you guys are going to be taking charge of your own life, right? Feminines, again, stop relying on their masculines to make them happy and just getting into this place where they're like, you know what, like, I'm about to create my whole goddamn life real quick. Making an empire for yourself. And everybody who's doing that, super proud of you for doing that, okay? And we also have the Wheel of Fortune, so more destiny coming in with the World. Anytime the World and the Wheel of Fortune come out in one spread, that's really good news for me anyway. Maybe it's arbitrary. I don't know. I had like 6 Reese's Peanut Butter Cups yesterday, so what the fuck do I know? But Wheel of Fortune is definitely great for destiny, for terms of just things getting back on track. So there is an element of fate and destiny coming in with this relationship. So this is basically saying that as far as an action is concerned, there's also an element of you not having to do anything. Okay, you can actually stop worrying about the relationship, because the Wheel of Fortune is here to say, hey, like, as long as you like love yourself, take charge of your life, and focus on you, let the divine timing of this relationship will work itself out completely. And the more that you resist that, the more that the element of divine timing gets pushed away, right? Just because of the fact that, you know, rather than focusing on yourself, you keep trying to control the timing of things. And of course, if you try to control time, well, then time doesn't like that, and it goes away from you, because remember, time isn't linear, okay? And this is why we're talking about wisdom and awareness, because in order for you guys to get out of, like, the pain and the suffering, you guys are going to have to start taking on a more, like, understanding role of what it means to truly be a twin flame. Because that's, you know, if you keep thinking in the terms of physical bodies and and the 3D, you're always going to be disappointed in this relationship and be filled with pain and remorse, right? So it's basically saying, you know, you really got to get out of that, and that's what a lot of what's going on right now with the state of the relationship. But what's going to be happening to this relationship, again, the world. So you guys are going to be, there's reunion at hand, divine timing, you guys needing to take charge of your life for sure. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is definitely telling me about that offer coming in. There is some grounded stability. So I feel like as far as action-wise with this relationship, we do have either the Divine Masculine or you guys bridging the gap, right? Coming in for some type of small offer, not huge, Page of Pentacles, but remember, remember that the Page of Pentacles, or that small offers lead to big ones as well, okay? It doesn't have to start in such a grand way for it to ever end up and to be the thing that you really want it to. Okay, so we do have the Ten of Wands, completions, right, with the 10. So this is about taking your responsibilities, all the hard work, all the burdens and stuff. It's really about getting rid of them. So I feel like a lot of you guys are, action-wise, you're going to be getting rid of all the burdens. Again, stop worrying about the connection. You have the Page of Pentacles, so again, it's basically saying that there is an offer coming in. There is going to be that action taken in the relationship. And both of you guys are going to be putting down your burdens and your over responsibilities, and then beginning again for that Ace of Wands energy, okay? Which is great, because now we got two aces going on. So this is that passion, the new beginning. It's definitely a great card for sex and all other kinds of stuff that involve sex. Whatever it is people do. People into some weird shit, man. I've seen porn. There's like a whole lot of categories. There's almost too many categories in porn. I feel like they've made enough porn that they could just stop and not make it anymore, and we'd all be alright. Ace of Wands. Okay, so new beginnings, passion, love, sex, travel, adventure. Okay, so an action card, that's a great, because Wands is an action card. So definitely talking about the fact that there is going to be an action taken, new beginning, probably from your masculine towards you, putting down burdens, small offers coming in, but again, timing, divine timing at work, cycles being completed. So there is actions being had from both parties, right? So for the feminines, it's really about taking charge of your own life and focusing on your empire. You know, with the World card, definitely both parties closing out cycles. Wheel of Fortune is saying that as far as action is concerned from both parties, that there's a divine timing at hand. So again, no action in a way. It's kind of paradoxical. And then the Page of Pentacles is definitely telling me about small offers coming in, your prosperity increasing, of course, because you guys have been working on yourself. So again, you both parties becoming more financially stable. We then have the Ten of Wands, so that's indicating to me you guys putting down your burdens, just like giving up on carrying all that heavy shit. Ten of Wands to me is kind of like having boulders on your shoulder. It's like, you know, I think I've had enough of this shit. You can put it down, right? And an Ace of Wands saying like, hey, this new beginning is going to be offered. There is going to be an action. You guys probably are going to be traveling to see each other. You guys are probably going to have a lot of sex. That's great. Sex is fun. It's up there. It is up there, along with short rides at Disneyland and free food. Sex is up there. So that stuff coming in is great. Okay. So that being said, let me now take a look at the state of the relationship. So. So those are the actions that were going to happen, right? That was the current state, and now I want to look at the state of the relationship in the future, meaning that what are these actions going to turn into? Okay, what is this relationship truly going to look like in 2020? And for that, I defer back to my fun purple cards and and all their messages. Okay, so what is going to be the state of the relationship in the future? State of this twin flame relationship in 2020. What is going on between this divine couple? Give me a timeline or something, some type of analytics. We'll get 4 more cards. So we got a chakra card that came out, I believe. Yep. We have the Sacral Chakra, which has to do with creativity, sex, emotions, stuff like that. So definitely you guys focusing on the Sacral Chakra. We have a 2 there, so I don't know if that's specific to anything. 2 months, the second month, February, but Sacral Chakra. So it's definitely telling me to focus on that part of your life, balancing out your creativity with your own sexual energy. And then remember, and this is more something that I think men have problems with than women, but remember that like your sexual passion, your drive, that kind of energy is also, you know, fueled for creativity. And that, you know, kind of like balancing those out is important. But I think that that's something that men have a problem with more than women. So I feel like this really applies to the masculines quite a bit, or men that are feminines like me. Really about curbing that, and just getting into a union with yourself, with your own sexuality, and with your own creativity, and bridging the gap, helping your emotions, right? Sacral chakra is above your navel, okay, I believe, and I think the affirmation is something to do with like I can or something like that. But it's about belief, creative belief in yourself, okay? So there is that, to me, as far as what it's telling me, like what the relationship is going to look like. So definitely more balanced that the sacral chakra is coming out. I feel like there's going to be a creative sexual energy between you two. We have the Solitude card. This might be the Hermit card. But this is definitely about spending some time alone, which was kind of like in your energies a little bit. This woman here, just reading, getting to know information, right? Again, I think it is the Hermit card. It's about just gaining wisdom, right? You had the wisdom card in your up there for the state of the relationship. So definitely getting what you need from inside. So this relationship in 2020 also, you know, still some separation, still some alone time, right? So there is still that element of learning what you can. So there is still some things that need to be happening. But then we have the Power card, which I believe is the Strength card, because you have that lion there. So this is about coming into your power. So you guys are becoming empowered this year in this relationship. So this relationship is going to, I mean, essentially this relationship is making both of you empowered in your own lives in your own way. Divine Feminines, again, realizing that they don't need to chase their masculine. They're fine on their own. They're fine being themselves, coming into their own power, being the best authentic versions of themselves, which of course means stop giving your love and energy to somebody who doesn't want to reciprocate it. And then the masculines, of course, coming into this power where they feel, you know, where they realize, oh shit, like the Divine Feminine is really who I love. And that requires some self-love, of course, for them, because now they have to believe that that they're worthy of that, right? And that's an issue as well. So what else is going on? Yeah, and then we have, it's funny, we have this card, we have the Waiting Game. Okay, I think this is like the Two of Wands, but it's essentially just waiting for divine timing again to happen, and allowing the things to grow naturally. Okay, but this is definitely telling me that, and you have another 2 here, February, right? But telling me that patience is required in this relationship as you guys move forward. In 2020, you know, you guys are going to have to let things happen as they're meant to. It's giving me good news as well, because it's saying that it's destined to happen, the Waiting Game. Like, it is going to happen, it is going to grow, it is going to be fruitful, but all you have to do at this time is just wait. It's a pain in the ass, and nobody wants to hear that. But the way to get around waiting is if you focus on other stuff, because then you're not waiting for anything. Do you understand? And then, like, when it happens, and you're never waiting for it. Never wait for anything, just focus on something else, and you'll never feel like you're waiting. Okay, and then we have a great card. Love that I picked this. This is like the 8 of Wands, so we have 2 Wands cards. Accelerated motion. Okay, so the events of the relationship picking up. You can see this big-breasted woman here looking up to the stars, the shooting star, I should say, making a wish, which really reminds me of 1111, Twin Flame Connection, and just hoping and really putting their energy and soul into this relationship. So I definitely feel this relationship is going to pick up incredibly strongly, right? We have 2 8s in this reading. 8 has to do with communication. So again, the relationship, I just believe, is going to, like, you know, there is some waiting, you guys coming into your own power. And as you come into your power, you know, you wait, because the more authentic that you are, the better chances your relationship will have it succeeding. So that's also why you have the Waiting Game next to the power. But then it's going to take off quite incredibly. And then we have another 2, which is intuition. So this is telling me that as it does happen, as the relationship does, like, progress, and you guys do come back together, there is communication. A lot of you guys are going to be having to use your intuition and understanding if that's something that you really want, if that's something that will help your life at that moment, or if, you know, even if you're a twin flame, or whatever situation you're in at the time, right? If you can trust them. Intuition, right? And this could be you guys, right? That looks like me. If I was an older woman, I think that'd be me. I guess I'm a bad bitch. Anyway, looking into that universal mirror for guidance, right? Essentially looking into your soul, okay, to know what to do. And I don't know if I just mentioned this, but that's 3 2s, so in one spread we have 2 2 2, which is, to me, pretty crazy, okay? And then if I were to get a last card, just for what it would be, yeah, and then we have firm foundation, which to me, okay, sorry, what the fuck? To me, firm foundation is talking about this relationship being balanced and based upon something that is strong, right? You can see this man's back here, very, very strong. Definitely not the back that I have. That would be a nice back to have. I don't have that back. So definitely indicating that this relationship is going to be based upon something firm, found, solid, real, physical, okay? So again, it's kind of just telling me that this relationship, almost in a sense having it just after the or just after the intuition, it's kind of just telling me that, you know, you guys coming together, because we go from 2 to 4, and so it's like you guys coming together and being firm and solid with each other. And so while you guys use your intuition to know what you want to do, I think this is also saying that you might be able to trust it because it's coming on a firm foundation, okay? Which has to do with a chakra point. I forget which one. I think it's the base chakra or root chakra, but those two have to do with solidity, solidarity, and found solid formation roots, strong roots, and stuff like that as well. So this relationship, I think, is going to be taking a more grounded approach. And then if I were to pull one more card, which I just did, so there you go, we have something which would be the 6 of Cups, and this is the memories of love. Okay, so past love coming back to you, flowing into your life, you picking it up, you choosing whether or not you want it, if you truly love it. So this relationship is coming back around this year. Again, you guys are just coming into your own power. There's some things, still some separation, still some things that need to be learned, some bit of patience, but again, it picks up very, very quickly, because then we have 8 of accelerated motion, intuition, saying that a lot of you guys are going to be needing to decide what to do based on a firm foundation. 6, so someone from the past coming back, really just deciding what to do. So putting it in a very, very simple summary, they are coming back 2020. Be patient, focus on yourself, okay? Those are the blurbs of everything I've just read for you, okay? So anyway, that is the reading for 2020. It's kind of an in-depth look at what is going on. I'm offering this type of reading for a personal thing for people. That way, just to give a really, really in-depth kind of version of what would really be happening in your twin flame relationship for all of 2020, almost around the same length of time. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. If not, then you can leave me a big thumbs down and tell me to just give up. Alright guys, I hope that this was helpful though, because I know a lot of people are struggling right now, and holidays have been a difficult time, especially if you're an empath. So I wish you guys the best. Happy New Year. I also definitely said that this was going to be my last tarot reading of the year. I lied. I'm a liar. My bad. But this might actually definitely be, because it's 3 more days, I think, or 4 until 2020. So I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope, again, you guys enjoy your new year. And then I'm always here. If anybody has any questions, just find my email on the page, YouTube page, and I will try to get back to you for any questions. Okay, I'm always here just to help as well. Okay, all right, guys. I'll talk to you soon.